What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode. Today, I'm going to tell you how to learn new things with short term memory loss. Little backstory, I have real bad short term memory loss from my accident, and I actually, after the accident, took on the challenge of starting a business non related to anything I had ever done. Um, Logging, and then that turned into a dirt work business doing driveways and whatnot. I also knew nothing about YouTube, started a YouTube channel and did a bunch of classes on that. Um, and I'm not going to go on and on with everything that I learned new, but one fact is that your brain will heal when learning new things. So I made it a point to change everything about my life so it would heal faster. Learning new things helps your brain heal. So, how do you learn with short term memory loss, right? I can't read real good anymore, working on it, but just reading doesn't necessarily work. It's not the most optimal thing to do. So, what I would do is I would find books on this subject that were available in audiobook, and I would literally play them over and over and over. And while I was listening to it, I would have no idea what they were saying. I was confused. It made no sense. I stuck to it. I was driving cross country, so I literally drove all over the nation when I had my brain injury, but, well, down south. Anyways, I digress. So, loop these audiobooks, loop them over and over and over and over. I felt like I wasn't learning it, but I'd just loop it anyways. And I'd listen to it while I drive, while I sit, while I sleep, and play it over and over and over. And then the weirdest thing would happen. I would come into contact with somebody that was like a professional on the subject. And I would want to talk to them about it. And then all of a sudden, my mouth would open and I knew what I was talking about. Holy smokes. Blew my mind. I was like, you gotta be kidding me. It worked. So I didn't even know I learned this stuff, right? And because I looped it over and over and over, it got into like my subconscious or my long term memory. I never even knew I knew this stuff. And then I start talking and it's just like it was just facts and just things I didn't know. Like I was just as surprised that I knew the things as the individual that I was talking to. So it's kind of a cool feeling when you get there. This may not work for everybody. I'm not saying there's a solve all or I have all the answers or anything like that. All I'm hoping is that maybe I can give you an idea that you're not able to think of. Me, I didn't have a resource like this. I always thought it'd be cool if there was one. So, what do you do when you want change? Make it. So, what I'm trying to get at with this video is loop it over and over and over and over. And if it's a book, for instance, in writing, I would go through and I'd read because I wouldn't comprehend while I read, but I could know what was important, if that makes sense. So I'd read it and I'd highlight what's important and I'd make my way through the chapter. And then the next day I'd go back and I'd just read all the highlights. And then I would start reading the next chapter again and highlight what's important. And then the next day I'd go all the way back and read all the highlights and then read another chapter and highlight what's important. And I was able to learn with this aspect too, even though I can't comprehend when I read. So hopefully I didn't ramble on and on too much. Hopefully this was beneficial, guys. If this is your first time to the channel, make sure to give it a thumbs up if you got any value out of this. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any content. I'm going to be posting at least a couple days a week. Even on my rough days, I'm going to post. So there may be some videos where I ramble or, my brain's not ticking or whatnot. But I'm going to keep uploading for you guys just because, I remember when I first started out with my brain injury how hard it was. And if I just had somebody that every day could give me a little motivation that you're not going to be like this forever. The doctors are morons. Sorry. Doctors, if you're on here, you're watching, and you're telling your patients they're always going to be like that, that's the worst thing you can tell your patient. So don't let the doctors get you down. You can get better. You will probably never be the same person you were. I mean, I have a hard time talking. I used to, words would just flow out of my mouth very smoothly. I was a good talker. And now, you guys see it. So you're not necessarily going to get to be the same person, but I can promise you this: you can be happy and you can function. And this isn't everybody. Some people are in a vegetative state and they're not as lucky as I have been. That's just the way it is. But I hope that the ones out there that are wondering if they're ever going to get better, you will get better. It's just how much better. How hard do you want to work? How hard are you going to push yourself? It's a healthy balance between pushing the anxiety and backing off so that you're healthy and that you can get good sleep and stuff like that. So here I go rambling again. I'm going to let you go. I appreciate you guys watching. Thumbs up, like, subscribe, and see you on the next one. I'm out.